We need a preview of mounts for the love
Precisamos
of
de uma
God.
prévia pra montaria.
Cool.
Será que eles vão mostrar, mano?
Oh, yeah. Wish I had some coconuts. Hey everybody, welcome to Forge in Eternum, where we talk about all things New World. Today we're here to talk about the August Q&A. But first, I'm sorry if this is a kind of a running theme of the episode, but you're probably wondering like, hey, they're shooting this in a new location. It's a temporary location, and we're going to explain why we're here on the dev update that's right around the corner. But with that, why don't we just dive into some questions?
When will we receive any information about the upcoming expansion?
I'm so glad you asked that. We have a dev update coming that's going to be a deep dive on the expansion. And on that, we will answer hopefully all of your questions on the expansion. And on that...
Next week. Essa semana, então, né? Vai ter. Beleza.
We will answer hopefully all of your questions.
Will the expansion go to PTR
Next não é essa? Próxima semana? Entendi.
first or straight to live?
The expansion will go to PTR first, but it will be
Mas
a
será
shorter
PTR mais
PTR, more
curto.
details on that to come.
O
Okay.
PTR vai ser mais
On
curto,
August
gente.
3rd,
Não
patch
gosto disso.
2.0.2 introduced extreme desync, lag, and teleporting in Outpost Rush and 3v3 arenas. This is causing PvP to be very frustrating and difficult to play. What are your plans to fix this, and how long will it take?
Galera, isso daí eu consertei diminuindo a latência, mano. Aqui, ó. Espera aí, deixa eu entrar aqui. O cara perguntou, eu vim aqui, que tá lagando agora o PR depois da TT. Eu vim aqui em jogo, modo banda larga, coloquei no baixo, resolveu isso. Resolveu o problema inteiro, gente. Tá.
We are very aware of this. Thank you for letting us know. It is one of our top priorities. We are working on it as hard as we can. Desync is very complicated, so we haven't exactly got the root cause of this yet. We are working on it. Good news is we do have some specific fixes
Então,
for
esse bug
there's a
eu não
hatchet
sinto mais
desync, a fire
depois
staff.
disso
So
daí, mano.
we've got some specific fixes already coming in. They'll come in with the expansion, and we're working hard on it and hope to be able to give an update with positive news on it soon.
Are there any plans to rework faction store rewards? Like, there are a few things that everyone buys, but mostly everything there is useless. When you increase your rank, you already have better gear than what a store offers. Maybe add some craft mods there as well, or make some rotation of rewards.
Sorry, that I know you don't like when we don't answer your questions directly. This is going to be answered in the dev update where we talk about the expansion. And so I guess the short answer is there is going to be some changes coming with the expansion, but it's just not something we're prepared to talk about today.
Próxima
There's a lot of the
semana.
concern with crit multipliers with this removal of Resilient. Can we please get a bit of clarification on this?
So we are removing Resilient when we remove Wards and Banes. That obviously is going to make certain builds stronger because now you have less protection against crit. What we are going to do is we're going to inherently bake in some crit protection based on it.
Ó, eu falo que minha informação da bunda é muito boa, velho. Ó, vamos fazer o incorporamento para algumas proteção de crítico com base na carga da armadura. Pai é foda, né, mano?
Equip load, so that will be coming in to compensate for the loss of this. Again, sort of with our theme here, it's you don't have to get this mandatory perk. Instead, we're going to make it inherent on the character.
All right, and for Ward and Banes, I know you said you'll be getting rid of them, but what does that mean for trophies? Does that mean we will have no combat trophies for each enemy type, or will Banes and Wards be two different trophy types?
We will continue to have the trophies that we have now. I think the reason we didn't like the Wards and Banes is because it made gear feel, like we said, mandatory and like you had to get that. But I think as a one-time chase to get the trophies, I think it is fun. It is just for that last little bit of damage. You'll only need them in like the highest level mutator, in the highest level mutators coming up.
Okay. When is the overhaul to territory influence? Pushing territory is so boring.
So I hate to do this to you again, but we do have the influence changes coming up, the changes to pushing a territory, and we're going to be discussing that more in the
Eu falei
upcoming
que
dev
ia ser um
update.
vídeo
So stay
troll,
tuned, it
mano.
is coming out
Porra,
rather
tudo
quickly.
semana que vem, velho.
Well, we need a preview of mounts for the love of God.
Cool. Yeah. Wish I had some coconuts. Yeah.
Pera, oi, eu
Well,
não percebi
we need to
mesmo.
The damage, you'll only need them in like the high.
Não, falando que só precisa de ward de defesa, proteção a PvE nas mutadas de nível mais alto. M3 mais alto, o Dione. Mas pode sim, provavelmente eu creio que eles vão diminuir sim o número de mutada.
Season 3 expansion release, this will be fixed and you will be able to get them.
All right. I only have one more question. You're burning through this fast, but I know we're saving some of the substance for the dev update we're doing very soon. So I'm going to ask this next one. How will you deal with current routes of acquiring BIS gear in Season 3? The improvements to the PvP track have helped a little, but in general, acquiring a full BIS set requires company treasury-sized budgets, and there's little way to work towards this through general exploring, gathering, play, due to the expensive and
There's a
Eu
bug
pulei
where the
demais.
Awesome, and we're really happy about them, and we'll be seeing. Yeah, I mean, they're coming, and they're awesome, and we're really happy about them, and we'll be seeing more and sharing more with you over time. But like, we're really not talking about the expansion yet, but we are very soon going to be talking about this
Eles
stuff.
estão colocando todas as perguntas principais pra semana que vem,
I would
mano.
really like an update on when the music sheets from Medley Fair will be added to the game.
So they are in the game, but there's a bug where they're in the wrong root buckets. We are aware of that. In the Season 3 expansion release, this will be fixed and you will be able to get them.
All right. I only have one more question. You're burning through this fast, but I know we're saving some of the substance for the dev update we're doing very soon. So I'm going to ask this next one. How will you deal with current routes of acquiring BIS gear in Season 3? The improvements to the PvP track have helped a little, but in general, acquiring a full BIS set requires company treasury-sized budgets, and there's little way to work towards this through general exploring, gathering, play, due to the expensive and RNG-based crafting systems.
Well, the good news here is there's a lot of news coming. We actually have a special Balance of Power episode where we dive deep on this and we'll answer this question. Brief preview. It is getting a lot better. You're going to be getting more control, and you'll learn much more in that Balance of Power.
I think it's a safe bet that this is a huge focus for the loot. Is a huge focus.
Vamos
for the
fazer
expansion.
vídeo, vamos. Mas todas as perguntas vamos deixar pra semana que vem.
We've debated even like doing the Q&A because we see all the questions are about the expansion, but we've made a commitment to doing them. However, we also want to hold true to our goals for the expansion and like talk about that when we're fully ready. So I'm aware we didn't answer a lot of your questions this time, and I hope you're patient. The dev update's right around the corner, and you're going to see a lot of those be answered and more.
And additionally, some of the feedback we got, because we listen to the community, we hear what your concerns are. We heard that you don't like when we say, this is also something that we would like, but we don't have anything to share right now. So if your question wasn't answered in this and it wasn't answered, or it's not answered in one of our upcoming videos, because we have a lot coming out over the next couple weeks that should answer most, if not all of those questions. If it's not answered, it's likely one of those where we don't have anything to share right now, but we will as soon as we do. So keep asking the questions. We don't mind that you keep asking it. We like that. We want to know what's important and what's top of mind for you. So keep asking, and then once we have a direct yes, a direct no, then we'll include it in one of the Q&As or a dev update or a Balance of Power.
So with that, we really appreciate your patience. We're so excited to talk about the expansion, and news is coming really soon. Otherwise, we'll see you in Eternum.
Later, everyone.
I kind of have this anxiety about spending these Umbral shards that take a lot of time and effort to earn, and we recognize that. So in order to smooth out that process, items are just going to drop at the higher item levels appropriate to the content that you're doing. You don't need to invest an extra resource into leveling them up or anything.
GG, os itens vão cair 625, gente. Ou mais, tá? Não vai existir mais Umbral.
To earn, and we recognize that. So in order to smooth out that process, items are just going to drop at the higher item levels appropriate to the content that you're doing. You don't need to invest an extra resource into leveling them up or anything.
Os itens, eles vão aumentar o GS dos itens dropados, gente.